Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Ask Coach V. Hello, Coach Ivon.
Hey, Coach V, and hey, everybody.
Super excited. Questions. What questions you got for me today, Coach Ivon? And that's what we're here for, right?
Yeah, exactly. So for those of you guys that have seen an episode or two before, you already know, Ask Coach V. We bring some random questions that I find out there that realtors and agents are asking, and I put them in front of Coach V and see what she has to say about it. So we're just going to have a conversation, right? It's all about starting a conversation and seeing what a master coach has to say about it and what her take is. So I got some good questions today. You ready, Coach V?
Wonderful. I'm ready to have a conversation, bring you guys some great ideas, some knowledge, some information, insights. So let's do this, Coach.
All right. So here's my first question for you. I'll just go ahead and read word for word, and then I'll say a little bit about what I saw. So the question was, becoming a Zillow Premier Agent, worth it? And then this led, of course, to a huge debate and argument in the comments about whether, Zillow leads are worth it or not, or whether online leads are worth it or not, or realtor.com leads. And, everyone has their different take. And a lot of people reacted very strongly to this. So I want to hear your take. Is it worth it to become a Zillow Premier Agent? Or even, in a broader sense, is it worth it to go after these types of online leads like Zillow or realtor.com or whatever?
Oh my gosh, such a great question. And I'm going to say this to you. Online leads are wonderful. And if you're not succeeding with online leads, you got to check your skills, systems, and approach because they are wonderful. And I can tell you so many stories from the past, from the present, and what's going on. I have clients doing just from, for example, Walupo, buying leads, online leads. One of my clients sells between 19 to 23 homes per year from online leads from Walupo. I have another one, Jason Anderson. Jason's selling about 2 homes per month coming from online leads. Actually, one of his new buyers agent, less than 3 months in the business, she just sold one. Actually, another one, 2 already in 3 months, Yvonne. Coach, in 3 months, he sold 2 homes, all from online leads. So again, it works. We know, we do. We love Facebook ads. Those are online leads, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. So, well, then tell me this, Coach V. I saw so many people saying, no, it's not worth it. Don't do it. It's not worth it. Why are these agents having such a bad response to these types of online leads?
Well, because perception becomes their reality. And their perception is because they failed, or they met some people that failed. Now the reality is you got to ask, why did they fail? Why many others are winning, right? So it's the approach, lack of skills, right? Lack of skills, lack of systems, and lack of confidence. And that is confidence and skills. So they're not using the system that we teach, right? Speed to the lead. And the system, how many times you follow up, right? You got to follow up with online leads 7 times the first 3 days to be efficient, effective. That's what the study says. You remember that study, Coach Ivon?
Yeah, absolutely. So to me personally, when I see it, I feel like, maybe these are people that don't know what to do, or they had a bad experience. Like, hey, I'm going to start buying a bunch of leads, or I'm going to become a partner here, or I'm going to start doing this. And they spend a bunch of money and don't do anything with it. And so then they say, oh, it doesn't work, or It's bad.
Well, it's very easy to blame the company. Every lead is good when you know what to do. Every lead is good. Database, CRM, fantastic, right? Farm, if you know, a lot of people tell me farm doesn't work. No, darling, you don't know how to do it. Oh, open house, it doesn't work. I hate open house. No, open house. I sold out of my 135 homes per year. I sold at least 5 in the open house, and I got so many listings from the open house. Open house is an awesome way, and online leads too, and social media too. I have people, people selling 4 or 5 homes from social media. So online leads, Zillow, Trulia, Walupo, Commission Inc., Boomtown, Gold Lead, whatever it is, if you don't have the right skills and start with your mindset, right? Mindset, if you don't have the right systems, you don't follow up, you don't know how to follow up, you don't have a system, and you don't use the right script. Oh my gosh, it works beautifully. Let me say this to you. I'll give another example. my client Adam, and I give it this example all the time because it's so powerful. When he came to me, coach, he had tried Zillow, and he goes, doesn't work, coach. It doesn't work. And you know me, right? I said, Adam, it works. You probably didn't have the right skills, approach, and systems. Let's get started and let's do it. Trust me. Would you trust us? Let's do it. So what we did, we work on his skills. You use the right script that I taught him. We put the systems in place. Coach, he grew. He actually reached the highest level in online leads because, coach, did you know that the statistic says that only 1.2%, that the conversion is only 1.2% on online leads. The agents only convert 1.2% of the online leads. And now the National Association of Realtors said it's less than that. It's less than 1%. So if you have 100%, but people are only converting less than 1%, of course they're going to say it doesn't work. But Adam, with the right skills, the right mindset, the right systems, the right approach, he went up to 25%. 25, not 2.5, wow. 25%. So, coach, I took him from $145,000 per year, $145,000 to 1.3 million in less than a year and a half. 1.3 million in gross commission. Look at this, 240,000 proven. We showed them. He was a case study for a company. $240,000 gross commission just from Zillow. So his return on investment was like over.
It was big.
Huge. So my point is, it's not working for you. Ask yourself, how is my skills? Do I have a system? How is my approach? Am I doing the right thing? Am I consistent? So it works beautifully. And we do Facebook ads. We do Facebook. One time I had 8 appointments one day for Facebook ads. And this is a coach. It works also as an agent. It works. Online lead works. So
and it's worth saying while we're talking about this, that one of the issues that I think a lot of agents have is they don't have multiple lead sources, right? So they go after like one thing at a time. And if that thing isn't working, they don't have any business. So online leads are a great lead source. They're not your business, right? It doesn't mean you don't go after your database. It doesn't mean you don't go after open houses. It doesn't mean you don't do a farm. It doesn't mean these other things. Now, what we see sometimes is people do, one thing at a time, and they try online leads, and that's the only place they're waiting for business. And when they don't get it, they have no business. Yeah,
and they try, coach, this is so to the point. They try for a little bit, but they don't have the skills. Listen, and you guys know, I tell you guys all the time, one of my beautiful, beautiful clients, Marta Cervantes, when she decided to go after expireds, we practice the right script. We improve the skills. We level up his skills for almost 3 months before she started regularly setting an appointment. It took her 3 months that she got one listing for 1.5. Not only this, she got the 1.5 listing. She dropped the price, adjust the price to $1 million. She sold the home in 3 weeks. It took her 3 months. Listen, what makes you guys believe that you can learn a skill in a month and be
not even learn a skill in a month, but just try for a month without learning?
So they try for a little bit
without learning,
and then they don't have the skills. They don't have the system. They don't have the right script. They don't have the right mindset. They don't have the right, when I say skills, it's mindset, it's consistency, it's persistency, it's follow-up, a lot of skills. And then they try for a little bit. It's like, I'm going to play basketball in a tournament. I never practice. I don't know how to play. And let me try basketball for a month. You're going to hate it. You're going to say, oh, I hate this game because you don't even know how to hold the ball. It's the same thing. It takes time, darlings. You got to learn the skills. You got to learn the systems. You got to implement. So it works. So long story, it works. And if you know how to do well, you can earn $250,000 just from one lead source. Now you have several lead sources. Just imagine you getting $250,000 from your farm, from your database, from online lead, even 200,000 from social media. I mean, you're going to kill it.
Exactly. So let's boil it down to this. Is it worth it? It's worth it if you know how to do it. It's worth it if you have the right tools, the right skills, the right systems in place. So make sure if you do it effectively. set yourself up to win. Don't go in there not knowing how to do it and immediately drop all of your marketing budget just to go in there and have that bad experience.
One more thing, coach. Also, it takes a right personality. You gotta be a little more of a driver, analytical, because if you are amiable and you don't like confrontation and you don't like dry people, because this is the hardest lead of all.
Well,
coach.
rejection, right? It's a rejection game. It's a numbers game.
So the amiables, they're not going to go after those. They're going to hate it because it's almost confrontation. I just want to see the house. Can you just show me the house? They're talking to 10,000 people, right? I'm exaggerating, but they're talking to 10 people. So the amiable is going to hate that because it's in your face. I don't have time for you. There's no connection. There's no relationship. There's no empathy. And then the expressives, many times they're also too busy and they get bored because it takes a lot of follow-up. It takes a lot of follow-up and they say, no, I'm sick and tired of this. Let me go network here. And that's okay. You gotta know what works for you. Coach, people come to me, okay, coach, I want to coach with you and I'll talk to you, but I'm not going to do cold call. So I'm going to say, hey, I'm not here to tell you what to do. You tell me your model. You tell me how many homes you're going to sell. You tell me here, there's so many lead sources. You don't have to do expire if you don't want. You don't have to do for sale by only if you don't want. You don't have to door knock if you don't want. But you have to know what you want. Choose 5 to 7, and then let's master those, baby. Because if you do half-ass, you're gonna have half-ass money.
Yeah, whatever you do, you got to do it well, right? All right.
I'm excited, Coach. I'm sorry. I'm very hyper right now because it's a beautiful day, and I'm so excited to be here with you and everyone.
Yeah, of course. It's good. We love the energy. So there you go, guys. It's worth it if you know what to do. And if you do it right. Whatever you do it right. So, okay, let's go to our next question. So the next question that I have for you, it's going to be a little more of a broad question because I saw so many people talking about this subject that I wanted to kind of take that and put it into a question that I could pose for you. So I think all of you guys watching can agree that there's a lot of speculation right now among agents and among home buyers and home sellers about, what's going on with the housing market. Is there going to be a crash? Is there going to be, interest rates are going up? Are we in a housing bubble? What's going on? So my question for you, Coach V, is not, is this a bubble? Is there going to be a crash? Because look, at the end of the day, we don't have a crystal ball. All we can do is look at what's going on and say, hey, does it look like it did before? Does it not? And compare. But my question for you is, how do you talk to your clients? How do you talk to prospects that show up and they're thinking about buying or they're thinking about selling, and then they start bringing up these things like, oh, but I think the market's going to crash, or I think we're in a housing bubble, or interest rates. How do you talk to your clients to make them feel better about all this stuff that might happen in the future that we don't know? What do you say to them?
Super good question. So the reality is, they have some kind of fear or wrong perception or wrong idea. Now, can we really help them to resolve this and remove the fear without asking questions? No, so we're going to ask questions. So I would say, don't ever make them feel stupid or wrong just because you know differently or they don't think like you. So we could role play now, Coach, if you want, or I could just tell you about it.
Yeah, well, let's just talk about it. So.
Okay.
So the first thing you say is important is ask questions, right? So, if someone shows up and they're bringing these concerns, what kind of questions do you ask?
Yeah. So someone comes to me and say, Vanda, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't wait because I think the market is going to crash, or, the interest rates went up, something going to happen. I'm going to say, you know what? I can appreciate what you're saying, Yvonne. It can happen. Actually, many things can happen. We don't really know for sure. Now, I'm curious. Where did you get this idea? Who told you the market is going to crash?
Oh, that's a good one, right? So, where are you getting your information?
Yeah, where are you getting this idea? Well, my so-and-so said, okay, I can appreciate that. How reliable do you believe this information? Do you really believe this information? This person is in the business? And the reason I'm asking this is because what I know is, and then you transition, now you're going to speak like the expert. What I know is, everyone I've been talking to, everyone I've been reading with information, the forecast is saying is the market is still going to be strong for a couple of years. Let me tell you why. And then you go explain. Because right now, the demand is higher than the the offer, and also the builders are behind. The builders are not building enough house to catch up with the demand. So again, you're going to stack the gold and tell them that the interest rate went up. Some people are going to be deciding to wait. Well, they're not motivated in the first place. They're not ready in the first place. But the people who want to move from California to Texas, or from Texas to Miami or Florida, New York, people who are downsizing, upsizing, getting a divorce, getting babies, they're going to move.
Well, I think that's probably the key point right there, right? Is at the end of the day, you need to ask questions and figure out their motivation, because if the person has to move, they have to move. And if it's the right time or not, it's more important about what's going on with them than what's going on with the market maybe in a year or two, right? If they have to move, they have to move. So a lot of it is just figuring out, hey, well, let's look at your current situation. What we know is what's happening now, and that you're going through this, you want to do this, this is what's going on, and we can make this happen.
Right.
So a lot of the time, these fears, they're kind of just almost not like, I don't want to call it a fake objection, but I think that people kind of get in their way a little bit with some of these things because they're worried about a big change or they're nervous. So it's not even that you have to tell them, hey, that's wrong. You just have to remind them what's important. It's just their move.
Exactly. You see, people will rationalize, they will procrastinate, and also unconsciously too find reasons not to do, because I heard this, I heard of that. So let's help them to see really the facts. People need to make decision knowing the facts. So we bring down the reality and say, look, this is what I know. Hey, let me shoot you an email with the data from this very reliable source. So again, find out what sources they have, why and how they got to that idea, that information, debunk the myth, debunk it, and then help them. Hey, listen, the market is what the market is. It's going to go up, it's going to go down. But what we know is in the last 30 years, if you look at the market, even if it goes up a little down, but it's always going like this. Real estate is always going to be the best, one of the best investment ever. It's reliable. And also you're buying for yourself. So tell me more. What's important about buying your house? What do you want to buy? You want to move to Florida. Great. What's about in Florida? Oh, my grandkids are there. You see, then you go there to really see the motivation. Tell me about the timing. How soon would you like to be there? So once you know the motivation, the timing, their really, really priorities, the reasons they want to move, right? Reasons always comes first. Reasons come first. And now you know the personality style, you can help them to make a decision, because you got to understand this. Some people are going to find any reason to move because internally they are conflicted. They say they want to move, but the reality, like you said, Coach, I don't really want to go to the pain of moving and unpacking and packing and doing all this stuff. So they find reasons. It's our job to clarify. It's our job to bring clarity, remove the fear, and then see what they want. Now, I'm going to say this very clearly to all of you. There is so many fishes in the sea. There's so much business out there. Look for the people that are highly motivated. You see, I wanted to sell a home every day. That's what my goal. I at least sell a home a day. At least sell a home a day. That was my affirmation. When I stopped selling real estate from my first market and I moved, I was selling one home every other day. But I was not trying to do business with everybody. There was 400,000 people, 375,000 people in my city, plus thousands more in the county. I was looking to the person who was ready to move today. So shift your mindset. Not everybody's going to be ready to move today. So look for the person who has to move, and it's okay to pay 5% interest rate. By the way, there was some time there was 10% interest rate, right, Coach?
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? It's important to say too is it's not our job to convince anyone that it's the best time for them. If it's not, they're the ones that know, look, do I really need to move? Am I okay with paying that? Am I okay in this market? So that's why you got to go there. Ask them these questions, figure out their position. If it's really important for them and you can tell, then you can use that to influence them, remind them, paint the picture for them to help them come to a decision. Now, you don't need to go there and tell them, hey, look, this is what's going to happen with the interest rates, and that's why you need to do it right now. It's just about figuring out, hey, look, you need to move, right? Let's go over why. Let's go over your motivation, your wants. Right? Let's go over your needs. And then, hey, if it still makes sense, then the best thing to do is get you what you want.
And they're going to love when you do that. And even if they're not ready to do today, for sure, if they can stay in their home 2 years because someone's sick or something happened, they're going to give you a referral because they're going to tell that you care. So guys and girls, look for the people that need to sell and buy today. They're getting a divorce. They're sick and tired of paying rent and paying someone else's mortgage. They want to remodel a home. They want to build the nest egg. They want to have a home, another bedroom for the baby coming. Look for the people that are ready to do business today. And if they come and give you a reason, excuse that you don't know for sure if it's a condition or an objection, go deep. Tell me more. What do you mean by you have to wait a year? What has to happen 10 months from now for you to move? And then let him talk. Oh, I'm waiting 10 months because of this. And maybe you say, hey, let me ask you this. If it made more sense for you to buy and move now rather than 10 months, would you do it? Yeah, Vanda, what do I need to do? Hey, that's a great question. That's a great reason to get together. Let's go over what's really important for you. See, many times people say, I have to wait a year. And people say, okay, no, let me ask you, what is important about waiting a year? What do you have to wait for? Let me help you. There's no pressure, but maybe I can help you because and then you go ask question, listen. Listening is biggest part of communication. And then you can clarify that maybe waiting a year is not good for them. Maybe it is, but you don't know what you ask.
And that's the important thing, right? Is you ask those questions and you paint the picture so they can come to that conclusion themselves. You don't push them into it or convince them to it. So Coach V, if I'm hearing you, tell me if I'm right or wrong. I'm just going to boil down your response here. So when everyone is talking about, oh, well, maybe we're in a bubble or maybe the market's going to crash or I don't know what interest rates are going to do. At the end of the day, it's not our job to, have a crystal ball and tell them what's going to happen. It's just our job to figure out what's important for them, show them what's currently happening, what the situation is, and show them, hey, if we can get you there and this is what you want, I can help you, right? It's not our job to tell them, hey, I know exactly what's going to happen in the future. It's just your job to take away the fear, take away the uncertainty, make them feel good and help them get what they want.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. So be specific because those people are confused. Or they are worried, or they are nervous, they in fear mode, or they heard some wrong information. Oh, it's going to crash. Interesting. Let me ask you, Yvonne, how did you get that information? What source told you that? Is it a reliable source? Can you tell me? And then what specifically, write this down, everyone. What specifically make you believe that? Can you tell me how did you get that information? Then you're going to, without making feel wrong, without making them feel stupid, from a place of caring and empathy. Oh, I'm curious. I was wondering. And then you say, no, can I say something? What I know is, and guys, this is all skills, all practiced, all trained. So I hope you are working on your building rapport, mirror matching, and handling objection, because this is an objection, right, Coach Ivon?
Yeah, absolutely, right? It's
and
just
then go right to the motivation. Mm-hmm.
It's removing that uncertainty. It's making them feel good. So you know what, Coach V? I think that's all the time we have for today. Those are some great questions, great answers. I really appreciated it. And if you guys like this sort of conversation, you like seeing us talk about these topics, you like getting, so much gold like this from Coach V, make sure you subscribe, make sure you're watching these, and make sure you're sharing them with someone that can benefit from this too.
Wonderful. I love that. So, and I just want to say this to you guys, never speak like you need the money. Make about them. Treat them like they are your family and you never have any problem and they can feel it and they're going to give you business now or later and more referrals. So thank you for your time. Thank you, Coach Ivon. Subscribe for us. Yes. And share this video and I'll see you next time. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
Bye.